The man pressed himself against the wall, enjoying the moment. He was listening to the intimate sounds of his wife with another man in the next room. But instead of anger, his face was filled with an unprecedented frenzy and excitement. Mary, a noble young lady from a family of scholars, was just as radiant and graceful as her two younger sisters. However, when faced with a financial crisis, her parents saw their daughters as bargaining chips. They hoped she would marry a wealthy spouse. During a family gathering, Mary fell in love at first sight with the eloquent poet Pierre. Pierre was also deeply captivated by the angelic young lady. However, her mother favored the steady and responsible Henry. She decided to marry off Mary's sister to him. Mary's sister was already prepared for marriage. But unexpectedly, Henry suddenly changed his mind and chose Mary. He even offered a generous dowry. Faced with Henry's sincerity and an urgent need for a large sum of money, Mary's parents immediately agreed to the marriage. Despite Mary's desperate resistance, her father's hands clutching the cash signified the price of selling her as a commodity. And so, driven by financial gain, Mary became Henry's wife. When Pierre learned the truth, he left the city in sorrow and anger. After the wedding, Henry devoted everything to Mary. He was willing to sacrifice everything for her. But Mary had no interest in this conservative man. 1 year later, Henry told Mary that Pierre had returned. He had opened a photography studio in town. Mary was ecstatic. She rushed straight to Pierre's studio. As she pushed open the door, she found Pierre partying wildly with his friends. He even had a mixed-race beauty in his arms. Mary's emotions were extremely conflicted. Even though they had been apart for a long time, her feelings for him had never faded. Their lingering longing quickly transformed into passionate intimacy. They became entangled once again. From that moment on, Mary seemed like a different person. Her previous sorrow had vanished. She was radiant with joy. She often curled up in the corner alone, reminiscing about the events of the day.